Welcome to Slinging the Slang, a video podcast where we take a look at slang, idioms, jargon, their meanings, their origins, everything from the controversial to the funny and ridiculous. I'm slangman David Burke, author of over 30 books on idioms and slang.
And I'm Monica Maurer, Director of Education for American English College, right here in beautiful, sunny Southern California, and a lifelong lover of slang.
And if you're new to our format, this is our format. Monica has no idea what we're going to be talking about. Only I do. Sort of the element of surprise. So let's stretch those linguistic muscles because we're going to be talking about some of the newest, interesting slang you have heard today. In fact, we are on the week of Thanksgiving. So we're going to be talking about some slang having to do with Thanksgiving. So please, we'd like to hear from you. Tweet us your comments, your suggestions at Sling the Slang, and we'll get back to you. Okay. That was subtle. You see that?
I did.
Well, I know Twitter changed owners, but I don't know if they changed logos. Well, maybe we can give them a head start. Okay. Well, with that in mind, because it is, after all, Thanksgiving really, really soon, we always like to start out with some kind of a trivia question where I like to sort of trick Monica and see if she knows the answer to this. And we'll see if you do too. And again, tweet us if you know the answer. Monica, this is so weird. I just saw on the news that one of the newest words having to do with Thanksgiving makes me laugh because the visual is just kind of crazy. Monica, have you ever heard of a turducken? A turducken.
Wait a minute. Say it again.
I know. It's a real thing. A turducken.
A turducken.
A turducken. It's a real thing. It's one of the newest slangy terms coming out of Thanksgiving.
Oh, when you dunk your turkey in the gravy?
That's a good guess.
Turduncan, get it?
Oh, you're dunking the turkey. That's funny. You can see how Monica she had no idea what I was going to ask her, and I had no idea how she was going to respond. Okay, that is really good, but no, you're wrong. I just love that. So a turducken is a turkey stuffed with a duck that's stuffed with a chicken. A turducken. It's a thing. There's even a visual. I'll try to find a visual for it.
I just got really hungry.
Oh, you're always hungry. Like
that's for a carnivore, right?
What's that?
That's for a carnivore, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think
that wouldn't be a vegan Thanksgiving. That's for sure.
Oh, you want a vegan Thanksgiving? Okay, next one. What's this? Tofurkey.
Tofu turkey. That I know.
Okay, that's tofu turkey. All right, I'm gonna get this one's a lot easier. Gooducken. A gooducken. Goo?
Is that just a duck stuffed in a turkey?
Goose. A duck stuffed in a goose.
Oh,
that's a gooducken.
Duck stuffed in a goose.
Yeah. Okay. Ew, duckin. Yeah.
But people are getting really creative with their Thanksgivings. Like I just thought you stuffed your turkey with stuffing. Now you're stuffing.
Oh, you are so yesterday. Oh, you are so colonial, stuffing it with stuffing. So everyone's trying to get a little bit more creative because look, tradition is awesome. It's great. We all have our traditions, but some people like to mix it up. Some people like to throw spaghetti on the table, something a little bit different. Everybody's
lasagna on Thanksgiving.
You guys have lasagna?
My mother will make a turkey for us traditionalists, and she'll make a lasagna for my husband.
So has lasagna, like when you think of lasagna, do you only think of it for Thanksgiving? If someone serves you lasagna, do you think, whoa, that's a Thanksgiving thing? I shouldn't eat it now.
Well, I love Italian food, so I could eat it any day of the week. So if I would definitely put that on my plate for sure.
Thanksgiving.
That.
Well, all right. Here's the final newest slang term for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I have to read this because I can hardly say it. A turbacon duckin riblets.
Okay, wait. Start again.
I know.
Let me process this.
Yeah, right.
Turkey.
Bacon. Duckin.
Duck.
Duckin. That's a duck stuffed with a chicken. Duckin.
Oh, duckin, got it. So
Duckin.
duck stuffed with a chicken, wrapped in bacon, shoved up a turkey's rear end.
I was rooting for you on that one. And riblets. So turbacon, duck, and riblets.
What's the last word?
Riblets.
Riblets.
Well,
Riblets.
duck and riblets. So it's giblets.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I thought you said ribbits because I was going to say, are we putting a frog in
A frog. That stuffed everything else in there. Why not that too? And this is one that somebody used in an invitation I got last week. Friendsgiving. Have you heard of that?
I heard of Friendsgiving. It's just when you don't have any family, you just invite your friends.
Invite your friends. And that's called a portmanteau. Fancy schmancy word. In the linguistic world, that's two words that are combined into one, like sitcom, that's a portmanteau. Brunch is breakfast and lunch, that's a portmanteau. Right. So that's what Friendsgiving is. We do have a tweet. Someone is coming in on the turkey wire. Okay, let's take a look here. What do we have here? Sid from St. Paul. Well, that sounds like a brand new TV show. Sid from St. Paul. Why do people say to talk turkey?
Monica, that's a good question. I imagine turkeys love to just gobble with each other, So, and they're always making sounds. So I would say, they're communicating. So to talk turkey would be to communicate. Let's just communicate.
Are you locking in that answer? Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
And you know what? You're probably not wrong, because this is one of those things where when you look up the etymology of the origin, you get all these different ideas and thoughts, and maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. When it comes to that, some people say it's because turkeys are always talking, like you were saying. They were gobble, 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 gobble. Others were saying that it's when the colonials and the Indians were talking about turkeys, that expression came from colonial times, way back then. So you're also right. I guess so were they. But that was a good question, Sid, and
great question, Sid. Thank you.
We'll think to bring that up at the holiday table this week. We had another tweet. Claire, from Sarasota, Florida.
Oh, Sarasota. I love Sarasota. Beautiful beaches.
Ooh, yes, especially right now where it's so cold here. Well, it's so okay. I'm from California. So is Monica.
75, right?
Yeah, exactly. When we say cold, my mom used to say it's freezing outside when it was like 65. And I did grow up thinking that a sweater is something you wear when your mother is cold. That's how I grew up. So
I wear a full-on coat and everything in 75. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
crazy.
We're wimps. Yeah, don't get me started about the rain. When it rains here in California, you don't want to be in LA when it starts drizzling.
Oh my gosh, it paralyzes the city. Yes.
Oh, yeah, completely. Okay, Claire is asking, why do people quit cold turkey?
Oh, let's see. Quit cold. Hey, maybe. Now, I'm not sure because I'm not a turkey specialist, but
I thought you were all this time.
Turkeys just stop moving. Do they just like freeze up?
Oh, that's interesting. Wait, there is an animal. Is it a sheep? Wait, there is an animal that does that. They stop in their tracks and they just fall over. If anybody knows, let us know. There is an animal that does that. When it's afraid, it just goes.
They're just kind of, yeah, exactly. They go like almost into a trance.
Right. From everything I've researched, it's not that. But it could be one of those things where maybe it is, maybe it's not. Well, from everything I've learned about that, because, during Thanksgiving, of course, I always look up the slang. To quit cold turkey, for some people, they say, well, turkeys are always moving. Like you were saying before, gobble, gobble, gobble. They're always moving and doing something. So when you quit something, a bad habit, you get jittery and you act like a turkey that's cold. So not only is it moving around a lot, it's also shivering and shaking. So that's cold turkey to some people. If you have another way of explaining it, another origin, let us know. We're all ears, as we say in slang. Oh, we have another tweet. Oh, the turkeys are flying high. Okay, Jordan from Olathe, Kansas. Olathe,
Kansas. Yes, Olathe. Woo.
No, Olathe. That sounds like another language. What language is that? that an Indian language?
Do you know Olathe means beautiful in some kind of American Indian language? And I don't know
Yes.
exactly which tribe it is, but
that rang a bell. Right, Olathe.
Olathe is beautiful.
Yeah, Jordan, if you want to retweet us and let us know, we'd love that if you know.
Yeah, let us know.
Okay, well, Jordan wants to know why is my goose cooked when I've done something wrong? Your goose is cooked.
I think I know. I know.
Well, Monica, you have the floor.
Your goose is done. Your goose is in the oven. It's cooking away. It's done. It's cooked. It's done. You're done. You're cooked. You're done.
And any more cooking, you be burned. So when your goose is cooked, it's time to take it out. It means, I guess, basically, it's time. And any more time than that, than it's already had to cook, that would be overkill. So your goose is cooked. How did you know that? You cook a lot, right?
That one's transparent to me.
Yeah. Some of them are more obvious than others. All right, let's see if you know this one. Ooh, Maria from Portland.
Portland. Love Portland.
Oh, I love Portland. It actually rains there. That watery stuff that comes out of the sky, which we see twice a year.
You know what I like about Portland?
What do you like about Portland?
Really quickly here. Mm-hmm. My husband and I went not too long ago, and it was kind of summer. And even at 10 o'clock at night, it almost seemed like it was twilight. And I thought it was really maybe 6 o'clock. And my day just lengthened. I was wide awake. It was wonderful. It was just magical about Portland.
So sunset is a lot later in Portland than it is in. That makes sense.
And I still felt like it wasn't quite completely dark
because they're way above us.
Yeah, we just kept going. We just kept. Well, it's too early to go back to the hotel and go to sleep. Let's keep going.
Is that how you are in real life, though? I mean, you're a late night person, right? I know you are. I text you sometimes at midnight. I have an idea for the show, and you're like, okay. And so you kind of have a tendency to stay up late.
It depends.
I think of you as a night owl. Okay, Maria, she's going to be getting impatient here. Maria from Portland, she wants to know, why do people say to go on a wild goose chase?
Okay, this one to me is also transparent. Correct me if I'm wrong on this one. I'm taking
I will.
I'm taking a stab at it here.
As you say in slang?
Stab at it. And so I think when geese get excited, they just run in all kinds of directions. So you're on a wild goose chase. You're trying to chase them, and they're just going everywhere. There they are. There they are. There they are. So that's what I think it's all about.
And you got it. You win. That's exactly it. Yeah, you're like you say, that one's pretty transparent. Is this next one from Paolo? I hope I'm saying that right. Paolo from Rio. Oh, we got someone from Rio. I've heard the expression, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Wow. I know what a goose is, but what's a gander? And what does it all mean?
I know what a gander is. A gander is a male goose.
Oh, right.
Male version.
Right. And a goose is always female?
And the goose is female, although I think you can use it for either or. But if you're going to bring gander into the mix, then the goose would be the female, the gander would be the male. So goose is good for the gander. I don't know. Everyone's equal.
Well, what's appropriate in one case is also appropriate in another case. So if it's good for you, it should also be good for me. And by the way, what you just said about goose and gander, does that mean, okay, a chicken is a chicken. Is a rooster a chicken? So is chicken like the label of both? Interesting question, right? And what do we say? What are you, chicken? And that's appropriate for Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, a rooster has to be a chicken.
Male. Well, I would think it has to be a chicken.
In the chicken, well, wait a minute, but that's a hen. The hen lays the eggs. The rooster.
Okay, so a hen is a chicken, and a rooster is a chicken. So the hen and okay, right, okay. So the whole category is chicken.
So all roosters are chickens, but not all chickens are roosters.
But why do we also say, what are you, chicken? Why do we say that? And again, it's still under the category of Thanksgiving. Some people eat chicken for Thanksgiving. We're still talking about poultry. Why do we say that? What are you, chicken?
Because maybe chickens are skittish and they run away from things easily.
Exactly. And of course, from that, we get that expression to run around like a chicken with its head cut off.
I'm on a roll, David.
You're always on a roll. You're always one step ahead of me, which kind of scares me.
Step ahead.
We're sort of sharing a brain.
We are really slinging the slang right now.
We are slinging the slang.
David and I would like to wish you all a very happy and gratifying Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, whatever it is that you celebrate.
Lasagna giving.
Be grateful because 2022 is almost over and we're going into 2023.
We made it. Oh, speaking of which, definitely tune into our next show because at the end of the year, we're going to be talking about 2022 slang and the words you should not be using as we go into 2023. We're going to give you an inside look at the new words, the new expressions you can expect to hear from your teens.
Keeping you ahead of the game always.
Absolutely. Oh, and make sure also, Thursdays, we have Throwback Thursdays where we take a look at the older slang and how slang has changed throughout the generations, and you definitely don't want to miss that. I'm Slangman David Burke.
And I'm Monica Mauro. We look forward to chilling out with you again soon as we
sling the slang. See you next time.